everyone, and welcome to Artifacts Worldswide's Lands of Aecathan, where a group of people, many would say play too much D&D, demonstrate how little they care about what other people think as they play D&D some more. Because, it's fun.
And other reasons.
But, it's fun, and it's summer. So, yeah, here in the Northeast, we had about 4 days of spring. We went from winter, we had 4 days of spring, and now, boom, demon summer. So.
I haven't seen any demons yet.
Oh, I haven't seen them either, but I've felt them. Yeah.
It's hot.
It is hot.
Speaking of hot water.
Yes. Last time, our three heroes and their friend Athgar, the son of the Lord of Thunder's Edge, had recovered from their battle with the Abyssal Scorpion and the minions of the Temple of Jogravana, as they are searching for Athgar's friend, who is the Thosgan of the Lion Tribe, or the Lion Clan, which is the sort of ruling clan at the moment because the Lord is part of that clan. The Thosgan it means elusive death. It's their elite scout. And they're also trying to figure out how the Drogravanans have been getting so close to the walls of Thunder's Edge without being seen. They managed to figure out through some rather interesting stealthing and tracking that there were a couple places where tracks were headed into an area that they just disappeared. They just stopped, like somebody just literally cut them off. And after some very close scrutiny, everyone was able to finally detect that this was some sort of enormous illusion. And they were able to see that the tracks indeed led to a camp. And they reasoned that the Thosgan must be there because there was a single tent of a different color than the others that was being patrolled constantly by 4 guards. They came up with the idea to send a message to see if the Thosgan was actually there. She was. And they brainstormed a brilliant plan where Athgar would cast Dimension Door into the tent, grab the Thosgan, and Dimension Door back to where everyone was hiding on the outskirts of the camp. And, it was a brilliant plan. And it would have worked if it weren't for those darn guards. One of the guards happened to be passing by the front of the tent and saw another figure in there with the bound person on the floor and raised an alarm just as Athgar picked up their captive and vanished with her. So they got her back, managed to free her from her bindings, remove the gag. Quick introductions were made. She was loaned a bow and a bunch of arrows, and they looked back at the camp and saw a very well-dressed figure in robes coming out of the largest tent, and they reasoned that was probably the leader of the assault. They chose to sneak up and launch their attacks against the camp, but primarily against the figure who was killed before he could do anything. And a cheer was felt. Wow, we took down the commander. Now we just have to deal with the flunkies. And they recovered from the surprise, and they began to initiate their attacks when the body of their leader exploded into another abyssal scorpion. So the battle wasn't quite as much fun as it might have been, but they did emerge triumphant, managed to gather up what treasures they could find, restored the Thosgan to her belongings, and made their way back to Thunder's Edge. However, they used the smuggler's tunnel they had departed through to get back in, and they found a squad of Rakeliad waiting for them. And they surrounded our heroes, spears pointed in.
I thought we made it all the way to the gate. We didn't make it all the way to the gate?
I don't remember.
The gate was closed, and then they popped out. And
oh, right. That's what it was.
And that's what they
That's what it
surrounded.
was. Hey, I remember.
I'm going to have to amend my notes.
I was gonna say, I remembered almost all of it without looking back at anything.
You did great.
But they were informed that Lord Tremane wanted to see all of them immediately.
That part I have in my notes, too.
And that is where we pick up tonight's game.
We follow them in.
Well, they guide you in by spear point very quickly. They lead you directly to the keep. As soon as they get inside, one of them breaks off and runs up a flight of stairs that you are then herded up.
I lean over to Arabelle and I say, we might just lose that house. Quietly, like I whisper. Don't stage whisper it, I whisper it, like.
Make a stealth check, both of you.
Well, not trying to be that stealthy. All right. Oh, I got a natural 19.
First roll of the night.
Oh, I was looking at these numbers. They're Tasha's numbers, and it was at plus 12, and I was like, wow, did I get so? Nope, I didn't.
18.
27.
They don't seem to hear Zorith, but Arabelle, when you respond, one of them goes, "Silence! No talking until you get to the Lord."
Great.
It's like we're in school and we're in trouble.
We are in.
They lead you up to the second floor and down a hallway, and you go past a room where you see two priests chanting over a body.
Oh.
And yes, it does look like it very well could be the Master Sorcerer Arelakis.
Lead with that, I say out loud.
We don't. Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Gwenlaren is disguised or not disguised? Do you look like you?
I don't remember.
I am disguised.
Okay.
Yeah, she looks like a guard.
Okay. That's what I thought. I just wanted to.
I think I'll wait to drop that until after you've fled with the good news.
Who has the gem?
I think Athgar.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Just making sure I remember where it is.
I'm pretty sure he's gonna need the proffering.
They lead you down to the end of the corridor to another staircase. This one a little more elaborate. And you see Athgar begin to look a little more uncertain than he did.
How close is he to me?
Well, you're all within about 3 feet of each other.
I reach out to pat him on the shoulder.
Gwenlauren, you realize they're taking you to the Lord's audience chamber.
Indeed.
This is the place that the Lord metes out justice from.
Yes. This could be going better.
You get to the top of the stairs, and there is a wide double door flanked by 2 members of the Rekeliad who, upon seeing your group crest the top of the stairway, immediately pull open the doors, these massive double doors. Beyond, you see a very large chamber lit by chandeliers with burning candles. There are windows that are open to allow the air to circulate. There are rich tapestries hung along the walls between the windows, showing various battles. At the end of the room, you see a raised dais upon which is a large throne, basically. It's a very ornate chair. Down to the right of the chair, from the point of view of a person sitting in the chair, down to the right, you see a figure seated at a desk with a quill in hand and a pot of ink and a stack of parchment. As you get closer, you recognize Sten.
How does she look?
Worried.
Okay. I mean, it is what it is. We can only lead with the best. Lead with the best. No lies.
Standing before the chair, his back to you, is Lord Tremane. The guard marches you up within about 15 feet of the edge of the dais, and then breaks around and fans back to form sort of a wall behind you. What do you do?
His
Waiting
back
on Athgar.
His back is to you, yes.
Oh, okay. Then just wait.
Yeah, Athgar is going to be our go-to.
I stand at attention.
Oh, that's right. Oh, we all should. I see her and I get a little straighter.
When he turns around, I'll curtsy because that's what I would do. But so I'm waiting for that.
You stand there. You see Sten doing this.
I look at Sten and go,
And she just
I
kind of
say
goes,
nothing. I don't move. I go into like an almost breathing meditation.
I wait.
After about 2 full minutes of just standing there in silence, Athgar takes a step forward and says, "Father, I wish to explain..." Without turning around, you hear, "My son, I do not think this is the right time for you to begin this conversation. This," and he turns around, "this is an official tribunal. Normally, Aralakis is the keeper of the Lograth. But since he is unavailable, his first student will take his place. But since you have not done this before, let me make your place in this perfectly clear. You are to take down every word that is said in this chamber. You are to speak of this to no one who is not in this chamber. And you are not to speak at all during these proceedings. Nod if you understand." You see Sten scribbling, and then she... Good. She goes back to writing.
I continue to stand at attention.
"So, my son, my heir, would you like to explain to me why you have put me in such a publicly embarrassing position?" "Father, no. Let me explain to you exactly what that position is, since it seems that you are not clear on what your duties to the clan and to the city are. We are under siege. At any other time, we would have refused any attempt to rescue a missing Thosgan. It is not our way. But you decided that the ways of the Lion Clan, the ways of Thunder's Edge, the ways of our family, of my rule, do not matter to you. You know, because you are not completely stupid, that I have already appointed a new Thosgan. And yet, here stands the old one. So now what do I do? What am I supposed to do? You have put me in a very difficult position. So my choices are none good. I can publicly recant choosing a new Thosgan, which is a public embarrassment. I can change the tradition because of your haste, and our family loses face with the rest of the clans. I can have her killed. That solves the problem, but then I lose the respect of everyone else in this room. Especially our newest clan sisters. I can strip the new Thosgan of her title and restore it to Gwenlaren. There too, we changed tradition. It is embarrassing. We lose face. So exactly what would you have me do, my son, who ignores his duty to run off after his, what, crush? Friend? Who breaks tradition without a thought for emotion? You do not yet realize that you are the future of Thunder's Edge, or at least I thought you were. What if you had been captured? What if you have been killed? How would I explain that to the rest of the clans? They would have me killed and off this throne in a fortnight. What you did, this is not the behavior of a leader. This is the behavior of a child. A child I thought had finally grown up. You forget the most important rule. The needs of the clans are always more important than the desires of any single clan member. So, my son, now, if you have anything to say, I will listen. You see, Athgar's gone pale.
Zorith is crying.
I put my hand on Athgar's shoulder and give it a squeeze.
My lord,
We recognize clan sister Tasha.
I realize that this has broken all tradition. However, we found out two very important things while we were out. Number one, we found out how they are getting so close. And number two, we have the soul of Aecathan. If we had not gone, he would never have been able to recover. Show him, Athgar.
I believe the word of our clan sister should be sufficient. Something more important needs done with the stone than parading it around this room. And he walks directly over to Sten and says, I know you have your duties here, keeping the Logreth. But you will know what to do with this. History can stand a few missed moments. I don't think Aecathan can stand anymore. And she just kind of, looks at Lord Tremane caught between two vicious animals. Just kind of oh, what do I do? And she just kind of looks at Athgar, and he just nods and hands her the gem. And she holds it and looks at him and sits it down, puts the quill back in the pot, picks it up, stands up, and walks out of the room. So you flout tradition further. Really? Father, there is tradition, and then there is necessity. Tradition serves to guide us, but it should not bind us to wrong decisions. Perhaps I was impetuous. But after Mother died, Gwenlauren was the closest thing to family that I had. And if you actually entertained the notion that if I thought I could save her, I would stay here because of tradition, then you have become addled, old man. And you see Tremane get this look of surprise. Yes, I am the heir to the throne. I am the heir to the leadership of the Lion Clan. But times change, Father. You do not change with them. You seek to cling to the old ways, even when the old ways no longer work as effectively as they once did. I tell you, I am not the only one who has seen this. I am not the only one who has spoken of this. So yes, you do what you must to save your precious honor. I am satisfied that I have done what mine demanded. She is alive. She completed her mission. Our 3 new clan sisters helped me help her complete that mission, with the added bonus of returning the soul of your right hand. So if you wish to punish anyone, punish me. I made it clear that I would go alone. Our clan sisters went to guard me. They went to fulfill your wishes that I not come to harm, while I was seeking to save my friend, my sister. So I stand here at your mercy. But I stand here proud of what I have done. I am not ashamed. I do not acknowledge any dishonor. I acknowledge only your haste that has put you in this position, and suggest perhaps it is you who do not have sufficient faith. And he just steps back into the line with the rest of you.
I step forward and say, "My lord, if I may speak."
You may, as you are essentially the only one completely blameless in this situation.
Thank you. I have completed my mission. The headquarters that I found in the desert have been rid of their occupants, and we have returned with valuable information. And I realize that you are now in a difficult position as pertains to the Thosga. And I am willing to step down without question from that role, if it will make it easier to maintain the honor of the clan. And I step back in the line.
Yeah, let's do this the right way. All 4 of you, roll an insight check on Tremane.
$22.
23.
22.
Zorith is crying, too.
All right. The tears are blurring your vision, so it's difficult to tell more than just shapes, really. But the other 3 of you see on Lord Tremane's face an odd combination. He's furious,
And proud at the same time.
but he also appears to be a little impressed. And you can tell from the set of his eyes that he is not fully present in this room at this very moment, that he is also lost in thought.
Lord Tremane,
Clan sister.
we were on our way somewhere else when we heard about the siege. We dropped everything, found every conceivable way to get here as fast as we could. Because of what your son has shown us about your clan and friendship and family. Our only thought, we dropped everything else to be here. So of course we went with him. We'll have to leave soon. Irma is in dire straits from dragons. We have a lead that we need to pursue. Obviously, we need additional help. Athgar can't come with us, but we were hoping perhaps Gwynlauren could assist us. Which would allow her to leave the city and time to pass before we returned again, which may allow some of this to settle.
As always, I serve at the will of the Lord of the Clan.
We were in some ways lucky to find Aralakis. We didn't know we would. So while that was a positive outcome, it obviously doesn't excuse that we went outside of tradition, and it wasn't our intent. Our intent was to help our clan, to help a clan sister we hadn't met yet, to help Athgar, who we consider family. I'm very sorry that the way we went about it wasn't correct. But I hope you know that we would not have done it to cause you embarrassment, to hurt Thunder's Edge. Our only goal out here has ever been to help you, to help the Edge.
You see his eyes narrow a little. And then from the back of the room, you hear, "Gotcha now, doesn't she?" And from the back of the chamber, being supported by Sten, is a horrible-looking, but very much alive Aralakis. You see Tremane get this look on his face like, "Yeah, their little emerald did the trick." "Forgive me, I've been dead for 3 days."
Is he like low on hit point looking, or?
He's been dead for 3 days.
Okay, then I'm gonna run to him. Or rush, not run.
Nothing you can fix. Rest. It's what I'll need. But, I've been listening. Huh.
I'll help him walk then on the other side.
Ah, thank you. So, your puppy grew teeth, huh? Bet that didn't sit real well, did it? I couldn't see you, but I could hear you. Took me a while to get up those damn stairs. Well, this one, and he points right at Arabelle, just gave you the solution. Let's see how much of that history I've been trying to teach you all these years actually made it into your head. What's the fix? How does this work from here? I'm not sure I understand, nor am I certain that I like your tone. I've been dead for 3 days. I don't care. What's the worst that can happen? You make me dead again? Been there, done that. And whose idea was it to put an illusion on me, make me look like I was still alive? And you hear Sten kind of go... You know how much cleric magic you wasted? I don't care. You're a good girl. So think about it. Okay? Run it through your brain. You got 2 Thals gone. Can't have that. Not gonna kill her. I won't let you. Wouldn't be here without her. So, nope, that's not an option. Can't get rid of the new one. She hadn't done anything wrong. Can't have 2. So think, Tremane. What's the solution? I don't know. Damn it, Aralakis. If I knew, I would already have said. Yeah. Didn't listen.
A new title?
An old title.
Ooh.
Back from the 3rd age. Ringing any bells? You don't mean Craith Magdal? Yeah, I mean Craith Magdal. There hasn't been a Craig Magdal in 80 years. Yep. Look at the world right now. Think about everything you know about that's going on. Sten tells me there's orcs again. If that ain't bad enough, dragons in Erma. Jogravanen's running crazy out the desert. We can't hold them back. We don't have the manpower. Bandits all over the roads and the rivers. Think this might be a time to resurrect an old idea? And Sten has kind of gone...
Looking at Athgar, because he's a history buff.
Well, you're still walking up with Aralakis.
Oh, right.
And he's still up there, but...
I'm looking at Athgar like,
Athgar says, I do remember. From the 3rd age, the Craith Magdal, a warrior sent from the clans to the nation at large. In the language of the clans, Craith Magdal means honor warden. Someone who carries the honor of the clans outside the city in service of the country.
Sounds fitting.
Our new sisters have told me what it is that they're doing. It's worthy. They seek, Father, to discover the reality of legends uncovered in the tomb in the Everwood. Legends of dragons that serve the forces of good, not the forces of evil. This, you actually see Tremane rock back just a tiny bit. It's almost imperceptible, but you're kind of keyed in on him right now, and you notice. Is this true?
It is true, my lord. That
How-
is what we
How did you come across this information, and has it been verified?
We are attempting to verify it.
Well, and I speak up. Obrus has deciphered some of the books that were removed from the underground temple. So,
I see. And this is your quest at the moment, the one you set aside to come here and offer
Yeah.
your assistance.
Exactly.
yes.
That was rather stupid, but much appreciated.
Well, I believe that it was meant to be. Because one, somebody needed to save Aerolacus. And two, we needed someone else to help us.
It's also kind of on the way, Thunder's Edges. We just got here a lot sooner.
I don't see how you're going to be able to argue with them. Kind of, neatly skinned you into a little box, didn't they, Tremane? Silence.
But it is very important that you understand that one of the things we found is that they have put a very powerful illusion on the desert that makes it look like they're not right close, but they are.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It's so powerful that if you don't actually realize it's an illusion and believe that it's an illusion, you cannot see through it.
Yeah, it's called hallucinatory terrain. I can see through it no problem, which is why they took me out first.
Ah,
Hopefully you can dispel it.
Oh, yeah. Not a problem. In fact, I've got spells that'll let me see right through it as like it's not even there, and I can direct the strikes. After I get a decent night's sleep and some food and maybe another night's sleep and some more food, I do want to hear about the scorpions.
they're really big.
Yeah,
Fizzle.
I got that. Oh, well, that would explain the size. What?
When we killed
Abyssal,
the
what?
When we killed the wizard, it turned into one.
Oh, huh. Well, that's a new trick.
We didn't appreciate it.
Nah, I'm betting you probably didn't.
Actually, Athgar was quite helpful.
You see, he's just staring at his father. And
Daring him to say something.
his father hasn't looked away from him for several minutes either. After he, got over the fact that Aerolacus was there, he kind of looked back at his son, and then the look on Athgar's face kind of held him.
Like the
So,
four stags.
my son, what would you have me do? Exactly what's already been suggested, Father. But let me make it easier for you. I have saved Gwynlaren's life. Would you agree? Then her life belongs to me. I wish you to appoint her as the Craith Magdal and send her with our clan sisters as they attempt to save us and the rest of the country. In exchange, I will give you my word. I will stay by your side whenever you wish. I will focus my energies on keeping this city safe and improving our defenses. I will be the prince that you want me to be. Does that strike you as a fair bargain, Father? You hear this dry laugh from behind you that dissolves into a coughing fit. You know what, pup? You learn pretty good. Gotcha! Checkmate! I don't see any way out of this other than to do what the puppy says. I had already come to that conclusion. Aerolacus, you don't need to rub my face in it. Yeah, I know, but it's just fun. Did I mention I've been dead for 3 days?
Hand him that acorn.
He goes, that's not going to be very filling.
Drink it.
Drank it?
Pop the top and drink it.
What is this, mushroom juice?
Yes.
Yes, actually. Trust me.
All right. Oh. Oh, that's horrible. Oh.
It's from the good mushrooms, though, right? Though.
I hand him some water and a candy.
Yes, but Zek's distilling process.
Okay.
Hoping it helps with his exhaustion, though.
And you see him without, like, he's not even aware of it, but you see he's kind of starting to stand up a little taller, and he's actually stepped away from the two of you. And then he kind of stops and realizes what he's doing.
Sure, it tastes funny, but it's worth it.
Apparently. Right. Another thing we're going to have a talk about in a little bit. But thanks. How long does it last?
Till you get some rest. Today. You still need rest, but it should get you till you get to bed, which will be very soon.
All right. So, Tremane, I'll draw up the proclamation. You sign it. We'll let Athgar make the announcement. Problem solved. Of course, we'll tell everyone this was the plan the whole time. Yes, we will. But it allows everyone basically what they want, and honor will be satisfied. Very well, my son.
They last 4 hours. Those potions do. So, yeah, she's right.
But you get to bed.
Mm-hmm.
They just continue staring at each other for a moment, and then Athgar breaks the stare to sort of nod his head. With this new information in hand, I will be able to tell everyone that I am proud of what you have accomplished. You and your companions, with help from an old friend, managed to navigate a very dank political situation in such a way that does not embarrass me, does not embarrass the clan, does not embarrass the city. Not bad. All right. You, he points at Aralakis, write up the proclamation and then immediately to bed. I can do a few more things. I actually feel pretty good right now. No.
It
believe
only
you-
lasts for 4 hours.
And
So
I
you need to get to
believe
bed.
I believe you have mentioned that you were dead for 3 days. Kinda hoisting my own petard on that one, huh? Exactly. So, Sten, your sole duty at this point is to assist him when the proclamation is written, escort him to his chambers, make certain that he eats, and then that he sleeps. She just kind of ducks her head and takes his arm and leads him away, and all the while he's, starting to pepper her with questions about, well,
Vetch.
what happened with this while I was gone, and, this and that and the other thing. And
We'll put up the walls.
yeah, at one point, you hear, they're almost all the way out of the room, and you hear, "She did what?" Holy crap.
I look at Gwenlauren and I say, "Of course, if you will have us. I mean, you did just meet us. Hopefully you'll be happy to travel with us. We'll tell you all about our mission."
Well, as I mentioned, your reputation precedes you, and it is I who would be honored to travel with you. And of course, I serve at the pleasure of my lord.
So she doesn't really have a choice right now.
I sniffly, wipe my face, my nose, my everything.
Lord Tremane,
Yes.
I recently learned that my father had the honor of fighting alongside you and Aralakis in the last war, and I want you to know that it's been my honor to fight alongside your son.
Who is your father?
Ormond Thebes.
Really? I remember him. Very brave, very gallant. I see something of a resemblance now that you bring it to my attention.
Your son is more like you than either of you will ever want to admit.
And you see Athgar just turns and looks at you like, really?
He will be a fine leader of the clan.
I hope so. Let us hope that these next series of lessons make a little bit more of an impact. There is a certain deliberation that is required of a leader. That he has not yet developed. But I do have some hope that maybe he will.
That can be taught. The passion he has for his clan and for this city can't be.
Very well. You are dismissed. Guards, they are dismissed on their own recognizance. You will return here tomorrow at high sun, when the proclamation will be declared in front of representatives of all of the clans. And then you will be free to continue on your way.
Thank you, my lord.
For you.
Athgar and turns around, and as soon as his back is to his father, he goes,
I'm gonna have to roll for deception to not.
We all just walk very calmly out.
the wall of guards just open up until it's like a hallway, a procession. And you walk out, and the guards follow you out, follow you down to the second floor, at which point they disperse. And the 5 of you are left to your own devices.
Well, I feel that we need to go get something to drink.
I feel the need to get very drinked.
No. We gotta come back tomorrow and be full
Not
of
my
it.
son. That's like a dream.
Get 3.
All right, whatever.
I was prepared to die.
We know. And that
No
is really-
one has ever spoken to my father like I did. What was I
Him
thinking?
on the shoulder again.
If I may, I am so proud of you.
You really are growing up. It's lovely to see.
We knew you had it in you.
We did. Well, after a while.
Well, I'm glad you did, because I didn't know until, about 25 minutes ago or so.
You just needed to get pissed off.
Well, I was angry. That is for certain.
Sometimes anger is useful.
So as you make your way down the hallway of the second floor, you see a door open, and Sten walks out and almost walks right into you. And she's like, "Oh, can you come and talk to Arelakis for a moment before you leave?"
Give her a hug. It's all gonna be okay, Sten.
I think so now.
We go in. Oh,
My job's not going to be a lot of fun. I have to figure out how they got to him.
Arelakis.
Because
That is really important.
he regularly keeps up detection spells. He sees through all illusions, but they still got to him somehow. So I have to figure that out.
Not an illusion.
It wasn't an illusion. No one... He says that, at least what he remembers, he saw no one that wasn't supposed to be here.
Spies.
He is.
They would have had to have had someone in place for quite some time
They
for
probably have more than
his
one.
presence to be normal.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Well, the last person we dealt with was a 9th rank school of infiltration, and she was meeting with a 10th rank school of stealth, and she was meeting with a 9th rank school of infiltration. So we're dealing with some high level practitioners.
yes, I'm afraid we are. Well, anyway, that's my job. But right now, my job is to bring you to him.
To Aerolacus.
Hmm?
To who? To Aerolacus?
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
He's
All right.
he's just in here.
No. We follow.
You follow Sten through the door. You see Aerolacus sitting on a couch. He's quickly reading through a stack of parchment. But he looks up when you all come in. Looks right at Zorith and goes, "You. Rummaging through my stuff, huh? Yeah, I heard about that.
I didn't actually rummage, I just cast.
I'll run.
Yeah, you did.
Did we? I thought Athgar had found it.
Yeah, Athgar found it.
Well, yeah, but we were all looking.
So,
I didn't find it.
I appreciate the assist.
I'm
Didn't
just
know-
glad I was able to cast it.
Yeah, I didn't know you had that level of power.
I didn't either. I did cast teleport from a scroll. It was amazing.
Really? Well, that would explain how you got here. Not bad, kid. Not bad. I think you're gonna do just fine. But I just wanted to say, on behalf of everybody, nice job.
Thank you.
All of you, really, but especially you. I know that ritual. I wrote it. It ain't easy. But you did it. So, feel good about that. Not a lot of people could. All right, get out of here. I got way too much reading to do before this potion wears off.
Bed.
Yeah, I'm relaxing.
Tasha, can you cast sleep on him?
Ha.
No.
I'm not going to be able to fall asleep till this potion wears off. You realize that. I don't feel tired anymore. So when it does, I'm sure I'll
Crash.
have no trouble falling asleep almost immediately.
Mhm.
We're glad you're okay.
Really glad.
Thanks. I am too. All right. Go take the puppy and get something to drink. I think you earned it.
Oh, he did.
You may have to stop calling him puppy.
Never.
Nah. Although, it is going to be kind of a pain when I end up having to call him Lord Puppy.
Here's hoping it doesn't happen for a while.
Yeah. Cross that bridge when we get to it.
Yes.
Might be her instead of me. Who knows? Jerks a thumb at Sten, who goes, "What? Well, yeah. You don't think I'm gonna live forever, do you?" Yes.
Nobody does. Nobody.
Well, let's just say Lich doesn't sound very appealing to me, so probably not.
Ick. Yeah, no.
Thanks for that thought.
Always become a druid.
It's really not his style.
No, they live.
Probably not gonna happen. Just gonna say that right now. Probably not gonna happen.
Well,
That reminds me. We should leave for the Safari soon.
Tomorrow after the proclamation.
ooh. We'll have to be in fancy dress. Or at least out of these clothes.
Hate when we
Armor should be okay, right?
well,
Huh.
I don't have it.
Sten. Yes, Lord. Want to send a note to the tailor? Where y'all staying?
The
Ivory.
Ivory's Wrath.
Yeah.
Got the
Send a note to the tailor. Have her be at the Ivory's Wrath tonight. If you need something, we'd be able to put it together for you. But yeah, armor will be just fine. Military dress, just fine. But if you want something else, he'll be able to help.
Thank you.
All right, get out of here.
All right,
We only got, what, 3.5 hours left? Never gonna get through all this paperwork. Out!
All right, we leave.
All right. So, you know the way out. You have the rest of the day.
Oh,
Go by the house and see what Wiggy did to it.
yeah. Let's
Or
get,
is the siege currently paused?
can we get food first?
Well, food is all the way south and we're
In the
east.
middle.
Yeah, we're in the middle, but our house is on the east, so
Yes.
sure.
We can go to the house in the morning before the proclamation. That's fine.
Right.
Is the
House is northeast.
Yeah.
Ivory's Wrath is southwest. Bakery is southeast. Or no, Bakery is northwest.
Let's just go to the Wrath. And then I say to Gwenlauren, we have a friend who runs the Wrath, the Ivory's Wrath, and he's a good friend of ours, and hopefully, you'll get to know him. And but we stay at the Wrath. We also have a house. It's very confusing, but you'll get used to it in time.
Well, I'm not sure if my chambers remain, as they are sort of a perk of the position.
Well, you will have a room at the Wrap. And there's a bath there. So,
We also have an extra room at our house.
yeah. Sure.
Not Airman's room. The room downstairs by the
Kitchen.
kitchen, right? That
Yeah.
room is still.
That's the bathroom, isn't it?
Oh, not yet. I don't think we ever
Haven't-
really made it into the
Okay, I
bathroom
didn't
yet.
know. If we
No.
Is the siege paused or is the city still under attack?
That's actually a good question. I don't know.
I
We
assume we'll find
kind
out.
of skipped all that.
Hmm.
Well-
Your father made it sound as though we were still under siege.
He was being a little dramatic too, though.
Of it.
Oh,
guess-
you noticed.
Well, yes,
Oh.
of course I did. You don't think I've gotten a dressing down like that before? Come on. Have you met me?
Aloric will tell us. So we head to the Wrath.
Okay. You make your way south from the keep, along the road, get to the gate to the inner enclave, which is open. You make your way through, down the road a block, and turn the corner and head into the Ivory's Wrath. Gwen, you've been by it, but you've never been inside, because it's an outer enclave establishment and you've never really had any reason to go in. So it's actually a fairly decent place. It's not up to the standard of the inns from the inner enclave, but it's mostly clean, and you see a variety of tables and chairs. There's a beautiful curved L-shaped bar. At the back, there's a staircase that goes up to a second floor, and it's clear that's where the sleeping rooms are. You see there are a dozen and a half tables. All but about 4 of them are empty. The 4 that aren't empty have each have a person lying on them. And you see kind of a small, wiry human and a very large blue tiefling. And a few other people you recognize as healers that are tending to the 4. For the other 3 of you, you walk in and the bulk of the wounded are gone.
That's good.
There's only 4 people left. The rest of the tables are now uncovered and could actually be used for what they're normally used for.
I sit down.
You see Aloric look up as you walk in, and you see him kind of smile a little, and then he sees this new person walk in and gets this kind of, I wonder who that is. Look. The small, wiry human is sitting at the bar with a glass of ale, just poised, but he's not drinking it. He's just sitting there.
Is it Wiggy?
Yeah.
I slide up to him. Why so blue?
Huh?
Why so
Oh.
blue?
Hey, it's you. How's it going? Blue! No, not blue. Not blue at all. They stopped pelting the walls. It's actually been quiet for like, sometime in the night.
So why are you smashed? Is it Wednesday?
I have no idea. But I'm pretty sure I probably missed one, so I'm making up for it. Besides, I'm celebrating.
What are you celebrating?
Why, look around. There's only 4 people left here that still need to be taken care of, and then and there's no more coming in. Finally, I get my my drinking hole back.
I'm gonna go over to the wounded and see if I can heal them up the rest of the.
I mention or motion to Glenlauren and say, this is a new member, and I look at her, of us, and she's Glenlauren. Or Would you like to be called something else?
And Lauren's fine.
Wow.
Laura
Wow.
owns and
So,
runs-
I say this is
how's
Lindy.
it going?
I'm well, and you?
Completely and utterly smashed.
And you're the proprietor here.
Oh,
no.
no. I wouldn't be allowed to drink this much if I owned the place.
I did wonder.
Yeah, no, he owns the place, and he points over his shoulder at the tiefling.
He's much more business material.
Yeah. I mean, I'm all for doing business. I love doing business, actually. I have a lot of fun with it. But, there's a time for business, and then there's a time for going, holy fuck, I'm still alive.
What is
So-
your business?
Oh my.
Oh, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I'm good at finding information, and, apparently I'm pretty good at outfitting houses.
That was his smuggler's tunnel.
What?
Yeah. You know how much it's going to cost me to dig another one? Whew.
I do.
We're grateful for it.
It was really necessary.
Yeah, that's what you said. And, you see him just kind of pause. Like somebody pressed pause. And he just kind of stops for a second. And you can see that he's working hard at thinking about something.
Mm-hmm.
Do you need help?
Huh? No, no, I just started trying to,
Think?
yeah, to process, and, not real good with, keeping track of time lately, 'cause, the boom, 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 night or day, didn't matter, but, you all didn't have something to do with the fact that they're not, shooting at the walls anymore, did you?
Maybe.
Ah. And he lurches off the stool and just throws his arms around Tasha.
Oh, good.
You guys are the best.
Yes.
I
Talk to
take-
you later when you don't smell like so much beer.
I take Gwenlauren by the shoulder if she'll, allow me to, and I'll take her over to Aloric.
Greetings.
This is Gwenlauren, a new member of us, Aloric, the proprietor.
Really? Well, you have definitely chosen boon companions.
Oh,
If I may say, especially this one.
is he your lover?
Oh shit, she turns red.
And Aloric turns purple.
I can't, I sputter, I can't say anything.
No? I thought
No,
perhaps
no.
I understood.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Likewise.
I just turn and walk away.
And you see Aloric literally, he's holding stuff and he's just like, I think I need to go over there now. He just kind of walks off.
Is there ale?
Oh yeah, come back. There's lots of it. Aloric, you mind if I get it for her? No. Okay. What do you like? Light stuff, dark stuff, black stuff?
I think I'll start light.
Nah. Good. Pace yourself. That's
The
smart.
desert is very.
That's very smart. So he pours, he grabs a glass, goes back to one of the kegs behind the bar, and doesn't spill too much. sits the glass back up on the bar. There you go.
Thanks.
Whew, that was the best.
Yeah. So if you happen to glance over that direction, you see Aloric is just kind of still holding what he was holding and just kind of standing by the window, looking outside.
I think I would have gone out front.
Best question ever.
So I'm now drinking with a little guy,
Right.
and I ask, are they not sharing a bed?
Oh.
Those two.
Oh, you mean Alaric and Zareth? No. You are looking at two of the shyest people I have ever seen in my entire fucking life.
Well, maybe this would give them a push.
Oh my god.
Feel free. From your lips to the god of love's ears.
Oh, I can't anymore.
I mean, you know, they've both been mooning over each other for weeks. Sorta. I mean, kinda. Like, a lot, but a little, you know?
Seems like a waste of time. They should get on with it.
Oh, I agree wholeheartedly. I mean, you know, you spend too much time on the sauce, it curdles. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Glad I am not there to hear that at all.
I am dying.
So, yeah, you know, if you got any bright ideas on how to speed things up, you know, live for today, that's my motto. Because tomorrow, I might be dead. Or I might, you know, get my leg chopped off. Or my eyes poked out. Or, you know, two navels. Who knows?
You make good sense. I will encourage her to bed him.
Excellent. That sounds like a plan. See, I can't say nothing like that. Because, you know, that's, it's not my place. It's not my place in the group. It's not my job. You know, but somebody like you, I mean, you absolutely, you look, fierce.
Oh my god.
I'm just writing notes. That's all I'm doing.
I think that would be so great. Oh my god.
I have a new group.
Yeah,
Sure.
it's a good group. And these ladies are, they're effective. They're competent. They're dangerous when they need to be. And they're really sweet when they need to be. You know? I mean, I usually, you know, try to keep people that I'm, you know, kind of working for at arm's length, but there's no arm's length with these three.
That's
They just-
important information.
They just kind of, you know, they pull you right in, and all of a sudden, boom, you care about them.
Interesting.
But
What
they're
more
good.
do you know of this group?
Oh, they're good people. Well, let's see. Arabelle, the one with all the armor. She's probably one of the nicest people that I've ever met. But on the inside, she's also kind of one of the saddest people I know. She hides it good, but you know, I see things. That's why I have a job. I see things, and don't really know, but it's not my place to ask, so I didn't ask. But the one in the, the military uniform, the Tasha, I think that being in the army is the only thing keeping her from, like, taking over the country. Because,
A leader.
well, no. Just kind of reckless abandon and kind of, not a whole lot of paying attention to the rules. I think were it not for the military lifestyle that she'd either end up running everything or in prison someplace.
Interesting.
But she's also a really good musician. And she's got a lute that I swear to God, if I pawned that thing, I would never have to work again.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Not what I would expect from someone with a military background.
Well, they found it. They found it in their travels. It's loot.
I can hear all of this, right? I'm still through.
Make a perception check. Let's see how much you can hear.
$29.
Yeah, you can hear everything.
I am just quietly chuckling to myself.
And Zorit, the one you're going to encourage, she's an interesting one. She's probably the most powerful one in the whole group, but at the same time, she's the one who's almost scared of what she can do. You know, she can do some amazing things, but she don't do them a lot of times.
She needs encouragement.
Sure. We'll go with that.
I will encourage her.
Excellent.
Also,
She can-
defend that guy.
As you say this, Aloric was walking back up to the bar and immediately just turns and walks back toward the window again. But yeah, and Zoris got a brother who's off working for the lady that I work for, doing some secret stuff that even I don't know.
Interesting.
But yeah, they've been together most of their lives, so I'm sure it's not the easiest thing in the world for her to be, separated from him. But she seems to be doing okay. I mean, she's got the other two, and now she's got you.
She needs a friend.
She's got friends. I mean, she's friendly with the other two too. So other two. No, other two as well. Yeah, that one.
I'll be her friend.
Good. Everybody needs more friends.
You've been very helpful.
Well, I'm very drunk, so
What is your name again?
Wigilliam. Everybody calls me Wiggy.
Wiggy. You have good information.
Yeah, that's my job.
You do it well.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Now, if you don't mind, I think I'm about done with round 2, so I gotta throw up. But I'll be back to start round 3 in just a few minutes.
Oh my
Enjoy
God.
yourself.
And he gets up and stumbles out of the building.
Nice.
He comes out the front.
Yep.
I watch him.
He walks around the side of the building, and you hear...
It has to be more than 2 because he can hold his alcohol, but
No, round 2. That doesn't mean he's only had 2 drinks.
oh, that's true.
No, this is the end of round 2.
Got it. Well, I'll wait a little bit longer still.
Okay. You see him, when he's done, he walks over to a barrel of water and just kind of dunks his head in it and swishes it around and comes back up, and his hair just kind of flies back, and he trying to smooth it a little bit. Turns the water out of his eyes and looks over and goes, "Oh, there you are. I wonder where you went. I had a nice talk with your new friend. I think she's going to be good for you."
I'm sure she's an excellent fighter.
Yeah, probably that too.
My word.
Yep,
And-
I think I'm just going to sit out here for a minute. And he just kind of sits down on the front steps and puts his head down and...
I prestidigitation him into dry clothes.
Oh, okay. Make a perception check.
Perception check?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, that's much better. 19. Okay. Yeah, I just prestidigitation him some dry clothes and just kind of smirk and walk back
He's
inside.
just kind of slumped against the post and he's out.
I go back in and I look for Aloric because we need to eat. Is he at the window still?
Let's see. Yes. Except now he has put down what he was holding and he is ostensibly cleaning the window.
I walk over to him and I say, "I'm sorry if that made you uncomfortable. I'm sorry that I don't know what to do. I'm sorry. I'm sorry."
You have nothing to be sorry for. I'm sorry it clearly made you uncomfortable.
I don't know how to... I don't know how to be right sometimes. But we need some food.
Oh.
And then I just,
Food.
shake my head and, walk back to the thing.
Excellent. Do you have a preference?
Food.
No. What would be something that Gwenlauren might not have had because it's a special for the Wrath?
Well, he's making it, so.
Yeah. It's not going to be anything that it's known for.
It's not going to be cook.
Because it's not cook, it's him.
Whatever. Food.
How hungry are you? He comes walking up to where he can speak and be heard by all four of you.
Well,
Actually, 5 of us, I think, because Athgar's with us, right?
Oh, that's right. Yep. Sorry.
I'm over with the patient still.
we went out into the desert, killed a whole bunch of stuff,
Rations for 4 days. Or longer.
saved a chocolate, sort of, and found out how they're doing things, and then we came back and had to deal with Lord Tremane.
Oh.
And we haven't eaten since we left to go do all.
Well, rations.
You haven't had a decent meal. You've had rations.
I
But
was
so basically
fasting.
you've had jerky and nuts and dried fruit. So
I was not well fed while in captivity,
you were captive.
unfortunately.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's rather embarrassing.
We got her out, it's fine.
Well, all right. Well, this definitely calls for something hot. So, let me put together something for you to assuage your immediate hunger, and I will get some stew on.
I
That
look
will
at what
take a little longer, but
I look at what Glenlauren's drinking, and I say, also maybe some pear, and I like point to her thing.
absolutely. So I take it that you all are responsible for the fact that the attacks have stopped.
Maybe. We helped.
I don't think the pair. I think the Elverquist. He goes behind the bar, comes out with that dusty bottle and 5 shot glasses. And he just sits the bottle down on the table, sits the shot glasses down, and says, "Drink your fill. If you drink it all, drink it all. It's the least I can provide for a hero's meal."
Thank you.
I pour one for Glenlauren, and first, and hand it to her, and then one for everybody. And well, it's not hollering, right? That's not that big, and it's quiet. I say to Arabelle loudly, "Arabelle, would you like some tea?"
Yes, please.
And then I just set down the 5th one, and I go get some tea.
Do you look at the table?
Yeah.
No, I mean, Arabelle.
Yeah.
You see that bottle that he got out before you left, the one that was like drinking liquid sunshine?
Yeah, we wanted to buy the rest of that bottle.
He's set it on the table, put down shot glasses, and walked into the kitchen.
We want that bottle for our trip.
So
I
we're
should
gonna
have done right with the. Would I be able to heal him up enough to go home? Everybody else?
They're actually already fine.
Oh, okay.
They're just resting.
Oh, okay.
They'll probably be there overnight and then be released in the morning.
Okay.
They've been healed as much as they can be, but they need a good night's rest now to complete their recovery.
Okay. Then I will
But
walk back.
they did appreciate you coming by and checking on them and talking with them. Your presence seems to be very calming.
I would pray for them if they wanted it, and with each of them, and talk to each of them, and thank the healers, and head back over to the table.
Okay.
Aloric set this out. If you would like a shot, you may have one, but here's your tea, and I give her the tea.
I'll stick with tea tonight. Thank you.
Athgar says, "Well, I'll definitely raise a toast with this. I've never had its like.
It is fantastic.
Gwen, you will enjoy this."
I thank you.
Aloric says that if the stories he was told by the previous owners are to be believed, this is actually from Fath Toksun before its fall.
Oh,
You know that to be the elven homeland that has been destroyed for nearly a century.
so this is Elvish wine?
It's elvish liqueur.
Yeah.
So
I pick up the bottle to see how much is left in it.
We've
about-
only taken,
it's about half full.
we've only taken like one shot each. I don't think we did one shot yesterday and then one shot today, or not yesterday.
Right.
I'm hoping
Um,
it'll pave the way with Mother Tassa.
Oh, that's very smart.
Yeah, Gwenlauren, it literally tastes like drinking honeyed liquid sunshine.
I like the script.
It is amazing. I thought it would suffer upon a second tasting, but if anything, it's better.
Well, I think we should drink to you for your success with your father and for rescuing me against your better judgment.
Oh, no, it wasn't against my better judgment. I didn't even pause to think if it should be.
Or against my better judgment.
He was going to go on his own.
If I had to.
Might not have gone as
Probably not. I doubt I could have dealt with the scorpions alone.
And I kind of snicker and I say, remember when I said you were really helpful with the scorpions? I almost forgot and said that you were really, you had gotten attacked and pinched and stabbed. And then I caught myself and said you were really good with them because you kept them basically occupied. And I hit him in the shoulder.
Well, I appreciate your discretion.
You risked yourself unnecessarily.
These friends have shown me that when it's for someone you care about, there's no such thing.
We actually came out on the better end of this deal. We have another to help us basically save the world. So,
At least the country.
at least the country.
A worthy mission.
And I guess as we eat and drink, we could probably tell her what our goal is going to the south, finding Mother Tassa, all about the dragons, because now she's heard about them. And
Well, why don't you go ahead and actually tell her the story, because I don't know if Leslie knows the story.
Right.
So, bring her up to speed at both hers.
well, no, there's too much. Let me sum up. Aecathan, as a country, Erma was under attack by dragons. Previous to that, we had found an underground temple in the woods that are close, which name I cannot remember.
The Everwood.
The Everwood. And I don't know if she would know this, but the Everwood is like sorcerer's magic, which is wild, and it's consistently autumn there. The animals are really weird colors, like pink bugbears and yellow centaurs, and I can't remember everything else. Shrubs that move.
Gwen, you have never been, but you are very familiar with the stories.
I've only heard.
Shrubs that are sentient. They're really awesome. They ask to be escorted out. Who wants to jump in next? Arabelle?
See, you were there for part of it, so we uncovered some legend that there are good dragons as well as evil dragons. And since Erma has no means to fight off the dragons and the orcs who have returned, we've set off to find word of these dragons, and the only thing we could think of is that we met a group of travelers called the Susaran, and the elder of the group that we met was an extremely aged elven woman, likely the oldest person that we'll ever meet, and so we thought maybe she would have some knowledge. So we went on a couple of quests to find information, because the Susaran are very hard to track. and learned that they have a winter camp to the east of here. And so that's where we were headed when we were actually looking to find a shortcut of travel when we reached out to Arelakis and found out that he was unconscious, and then he didn't respond. We reached out to Sten and found out everything going here, which is why we arrived hastily. So now we're headed towards the coast where we believe the Susaran are camping, in hopes that we can find them and that they'll be willing to share some information with us.
Should you find evidence that these good dragons exist, what will you do?
Try and find them and ask for their help.
You would put them against the evil dragons?
That's a hope.
They may be willing to help us fight them off.
Maybe.
That is a bold
Hmm?
plan. That is a bold plan.
Desperate times call for bold measures.
I see.
We don't know where they might be, if they even still exist. And yes, whether they'd be willing to help.
If they aren't willing to help themselves, perhaps they can help us find some weapons or some devices, some means of defense against them.
Again, a bold plan.
Now, Gwen, you do know the histories. You know that it was many decades ago that the dragons attacked the eastern coast of Aecathan, and they attacked from the air, and their orc minions attacked from the sea. And this is why there are now half-orc running around, and why there are dragonkin in Aecathan. It was the byproduct of the dark side of war with those two species. But you also know that until recently, dragons had not been sighted since that war, and no contact with the orcs had been had until just very, very recently.
I don't know if it would have come through already through the long distance lamp things.
Yes,
Our
the far lamps.
Thanks, the far lamps, that we actually were the ones that found out that there were orcs. So, I don't know.
We've got them.
Well, the stories I've heard about you don't do you justice. You've learned far more than I thought.
We've been busy.
Indeed.
Zori and I were recently asked kindly to join the Aecathan army.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, if the tailor comes, should we get military jackets? And maybe a skirt? I don't know. I like the skirts that you got for me.
What would be appropriate dress for the ceremony?
Well, military gear, surely. Otherwise, the type of attire one would wear to court.
So, but she can wear her armor. I don't have any, and she can wear her military outfit. I have nothing.
She is a paladin of Torora. She can simply wear her
fancy
normal kit with her symbol out, and no one will question.
I will wear my military uniform. Do you want one?
Like a jacket?
We could get you a military jacket.
Perhaps. Perhaps if we were to tailor a fine set of robes for you.
Okay.
I could definitely use something appropriate for court, in that I don't know where my belongings are.
Mm.
We will find out. In fact, after we have eaten, I will go and find out myself.
You
Okay.
can take. Well, do we stay at the house? We usually stay at the raft because the house is not.
The
Well, I
house
guess
had-
now the house is ready.
It hadn't been furnished, so
Yeah. Wiggy just furnished our house. So
Vicky is a very helpful individual.
sometimes, yeah.
He is. He's very helpful when he's not drunk.
He was helpful and drunk.
Yeah.
he might have been more helpful than he intended because he was drunk.
That's often the case with drunks.
And given your skills, he probably wasn't aware at all that he was being worked over.
Aloric walks out of the kitchen with a huge tray covered in slices of several different breads and about 4 different kinds of cheese and a couple ramekins of what looks to be a spiced oil. And he kind of slides it onto the table and says, hopefully this will tide you over until the stew is ready.
I thank you.
Yes, thank you.
With the attack stopped, do you expect to cook back tomorrow?
I am planning to check on her. Although, knowing her, by the time I get there, she will already be preparing to come back. She was unhappy that I required her to leave in the first place. But you have met her. She is, for whatever reason, utterly fearless.
There's a story there.
I'm sure. If I could get her to stop long enough to inquire, perhaps I would learn it. But
Thank you.
enjoy. And he goes back into the kitchen.
We eat.
I'm starving.
Yeah.
I tuck in.
The spiced oil turns out to be quite good to dip the bread in. So,
This is delicious. It has
And
been some time since I've had this kind of fare.
I push my plate over to her.
Thank you. And I'm sorry you're shy. We'll be friends.
You-
I'll help.
Athgar was just drinking and goes,
Arabelle's not sure what she missed while she was talking to the patients.
excuse me.
Thank you.
I enjoy new friends.
Well, we will enjoy having you as our new friend.
Well,
How long were you the Thoscon?
20 years. I worked toward that position my entire life.
I'm sorry that
Important.
it was taken from you rudely.
I always knew that would happen were I to be captured or go missing. I did not expect to be captured. I'm still not quite sure how they do.
I was just going to ask you.
Must be similar to how Aerolacus was taken down. Inside information.
What?
The desert does things to people. I didn't expect it to affect me the way it did.
I think we're dealing with super, super high powerful magic, and even Aerolacus, who's, you know, the highest. Is he the highest in this town? I would know that, right?
Yeah.
He's the highest in this town.
Well, he's the highest level sorcerer.
In this town.
He might have peers in wizardry and just in wizardry. There really aren't warlocks in the clans.
Yeah, I can't imagine that there would be. He, you know, and even he was caught unaware. So.
Well, it's kind of my job to catch others unaware.
I know.
It's hard to be the one caught unaware. This has been a humbling experience.
I know the feeling.
We eat.
All right. After about another 15 minutes or so, you start to smell the stew. And about 15 minutes after that, Aloric comes out carrying, wrapped in towels, this huge iron pot. You can see his arms, you can see the muscles popped out from carrying this, what must be an incredibly heavy, small cauldron of something steaming. And he carries it over and sits it down on one of the other tables. And then kind of, you know, stretching his arms, goes back to the bar, comes back with bowls and spoons and a ladle, and immediately begins ladling up stew and putting it down in front of everyone.
Smells delicious. Cook would be proud.
A cook would be aghast because we don't have really fresh stores at the moment because we haven't been operational for a week. So all of this was made with root vegetables and dried meats.
It'll be fine.
Smells delicious.
Well, even the dried meats, if you cook them long enough, they become edible.
Your
But
arms are very fit.
They have to be. I am regularly carrying things like that, or kegs of ale.
I look at Zorith and go,
Oh, God. Oh, shit.
And Aloric just kind of goes, I was able to find some tomatoes, however, so I added them as well.
Fantastic.
And, Arabelle, I hope you will approve of the spicing I chose.
Sure, I will. It's quiet. Do you want to join us?
He looks around, like, realizing for the first time that he could.
I think we're the only people.
Well, I mean, like, except for the people that are being tended to.
But you probably haven't eaten either.
Here and there. Little bits. But,
I give him the mom look.
yes. I will join you in just a moment. You see he walks over to the priests that are tending the four remaining patients, and he says something to them and gestures back toward the table, and they kind of nod at him, and you see him lean down to a couple of the patients and kind of smile and pat them, and then he comes back over, grabs a bowl, and sits down.
I'm ladling out, and I start with Gwenlauren, and I give her a crap ton.
Oh, he already did, everybody.
Oh.
He
okay.
already... He handed you yours last, by the way.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I eat.
Okay.
It's very hot.
Let's see. So this is charisma.
What are we doing?
I think he's rolling to see how good the soup is.
Yes.
Performance, I think, is what you normally have me roll.
Mhm.
Yep. It's good. He ended up getting a 19 total.
Ooh, that's really good.
So,
That's even properly spiced.
yep. It is hot. It is hearty. It is tasty. And there's a lot of it.
I see when Gwen Lawrence is getting low, I'll feed her more. Like I'll put more in there.
Okay.
Thank you, my shy friend.
Did Wiggy come back in?
No, he's still asleep.
Maybe he should eat some stew.
And at one point, Alaric says, "Where is Wiggy?"
He's sleeping on the front.
Tried to vomit.
Yeah, he threw up and then he's sleeping on the steps.
Oh,
Jerry Ann's gonna be mad.
He has been inexhaustible. Anything that we have needed here during the occupation, during the assault, he has provided.
Should we
I
get him home after we eat?
I would say let him rest,
On the porch?
if that's where he's comfortable. If it's uncomfortable, he will awaken, that much I know.
Okay.
And perhaps the smell of the food will bring him in. We'll see. If not, I will definitely have enough for him when he chooses to awaken.
While we wait for the tailor and eat, I will do my best to briefly tell Gwenlauren, like, I will ramble on about, like, how we met, Synchron. I'll tell you all this later, but we don't need to go through it now. How we met Tasha, how we got here, how we met Wiggy, how we met Alaric, just like the basic general rambling on stories as much as I can, like briefly.
You see, Alaric is also listening, paying very close attention, as is Athgar, because neither of them have really heard this full story either. And as you settle back, good food, companions, telling your tale, we'll take a break.
Excellent.
So we'll be back in 15. Don't go anywhere. The story is just beginning tonight. So, back in 15. And welcome back. So, the afternoon rolls on. You continue to eat and relax and regale Gwenlauren with the tales of your meetings and your exploits up until now. The day stretches on. At some point in the afternoon, Wiggy wanders in looking bleary-eyed, but immediately stops and goes, "Is that food?" And wanders over and serves himself a bowl and then just sits down right at the table with the cauldron on it and starts eating.
Wiggy,
Mm.
2 things. Before
Yeah.
you went on your bender to celebrate the end of the siege, did you let Jerry Ann know she could come out of the basement?
You see him. Uh-oh. No?
Okay.
Hold
Maybe
on.
I could send her a message.
I got it.
You have someone in the basement?
I cast Sunday.
All right.
Jerry Ann, Tasha here. There's a ceasefire. Please come out of the basement and come to the pub. We have dinner. You can reply.
There's a pause. And then you hear, "Oh, thank the gods. If I have to see that little rat one more time, I swear to God. I'm leaving! Be there as quick as I can get there. If you see Wiggy, well, don't tell him I'm coming."
All right. She has the message. You might
So-
want to leave soon.
In our basement in our house, we actually have a kobold. But he's a good kobold.
On purpose?
He
Really?
came with the house?
He's the one who made the potion that I gave Aralakis. He grows mushrooms and makes healing potions and things for the people of the town and sells them at an affordable rate.
He's like a new agey kobold alchemist.
He's adorable.
I know it sounds weird, but you get used.
It is weird.
Don't.
Some people get exterminators.
We don't want to exterminate him. He's not doing any harm.
His name is Zach.
Actually useful.
Okay.
And I gave him his own entrance, so he doesn't come through the house anymore, which we actually didn't know because we've not really lived there, but...
And the Joggervon and Spy was living in our house. We kind of found out.
Yeah, we'll have to get to that story later.
Oh. And you're sure they're gone?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's an Airmaw now, leading bandits. It's a thing.
And she lived?
Oh. We're
Okay,
going to kill her.
really quickly,
Words.
on a mission to do something else, we found a house with a older looking lady and we befriended her and made her our housekeeper. Trusted her with a whole lot of information and things, and then
she made you her bitch.
I look at Wiggy.
Not to be helping.
Oh.
Thanks.
Right, sorry.
While she impersonated you, Wiggy.
Yeah, she impersonated Wiggy, set us into a trap. Afgar, his first real outing, doing
I
party
remember.
things. Yes. And I don't want to say we barely got away, but we definitely were outclassed and
It was a fierce battle.
Yeah, and then we've been chasing her all over, and she's a shapeshifter and really high, powerful magic.
We will
So-
kill her.
What was her goal in being your housekeeper?
Well, what her, if I may,
Yes.
you remember over Sentinel, over Main, and that issue with infidelity. That was the spy, not the overmantle.
We discovered it.
And brought the truth of the matter to light and saved Krosk's honor.
That's how we became part of the clan.
That definitely was part of it. You
Is
also
she-
recall
Oh.
the issue with the cracks developing in the inner enclave walls.
Yes.
They stopped that as well.
Wow.
That was them.
Yes, that was another Jogorvanen spy.
They must be stopped.
On that we all agree.
Mm-hmm. We'll track her down.
This is a worthy mission.
Unfortunately, all of our missions are worthy missions. We now have a whole bunch on our plate.
My other question, Wiggy, was whether you had heard anything from Araman.
The last time I was able to check in with Viessa was like a week and a half ago. And she just said that he was doing really good. And he was making loads of progress. That he had, what was her words? He had acquired a powerful sponsor.
Who?
Mm.
Powerful sponsor.
Harriman acquired a powerful sponsor?
Yeah,
Oh.
that's what she said.
I mull that over.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
But, I don't know what she's got him doing. I swear to God, all of them. I don't know. But she says he's doing really, really good. And, he's a talented guy. So that doesn't surprise me.
Thanks, Wiggy.
No problem. This is really good stew. Did Cook come back?
No, Aloric made it.
Wow. Hey, good job, buddy. Thank you, Wiggy. Thank you very much.
And he has impressive arms.
Okay. If you say so, I don't think I've ever really looked at him.
Is Wiggy still a little drunk?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And I'm gonna make a sleight of hand.
Well, he's rolling perception with disadvantage, so
Okay.
can't get much lower than that. Okay. Yeah, he didn't see anything.
I'm gonna pull the bottle of the really good wine off the table before he sees it
Okay.
and just set it down next to
You
me.
managed to do it. He doesn't even notice. Of course, he's eating like this. So,
Right. I just realized it was sitting there and we don't need Wiggy drinking that.
Now we
Okay.
really
Not if we want to have any left to take with us.
The mother Tassa, right?
Right. All right. Well, evening comes. The healers work very conscientiously to make sure that the 4 remaining patients are comfortable, sort of get them set up to bed down for the night, and then they depart. You see, shortly afterwards, A tall gentleman, very well dressed, with a large satchel slung over his shoulder, comes tentatively into the room and says, hello. Lord Athgar, I was requested. Oh, yes. This is Zilnar. He is an amazing tailor. These are my friends. They're going to be part of the ceremony tomorrow, where my father is making a proclamation. Ah, yes, I heard about that. So how may I be of service? Well, we have two who need something appropriate for the ceremony. Gwenlauren, something appropriate to a member of the clan and the Raikeliad. And Lady Zorith, something appropriate to her power and stature as a sorcerer. Oh, I see. Well, both of you stand up.
Stand.
And he walks over to Gwenlauren first and holds out his hand, pulls her away from the table out into sort of the space between the tables and the stairway up toward the rooms, and says, is it possible we could get some more light in here? I need to see what I'm working with. And Athgar says, oh, of course, no problem, and waves his hand, and a mote of light appears above her head. Ah, yes, that will do fine. All right. Stand still, hold your arms out at your shoulders. And he begins to walk around you, ducks under your arms, tugs at the clothing you're wearing here and there, ruffles in his bag, gets out a tape measure, and starts taking your measurements. Very, very chaste, very precise, very brusque. But he says, yes, I think I have something that will absolutely work. It just needs a bit of tweaking, but I should have it ready by the morning. Thank you very much. You may return to your seat. You come here. And he does the same thing with Zorith. Let's see. Yeah. Perception checks all around.
Son of a bitch, fuck you, Jeff.
Natural 20.
26.
18.
Total of 31.
Okay.
Guys, all y'all.
I rolled a natural 20.
At least it's over 10 this time.
All of you, including Zorith,
Okay.
notice that Aloric is trying not to look like he's looking intently, but he's looking intently.
Yeah, not a lore.
I know.
But I perceive this.
You do.
We all perceive it.
And he says, yes, I make all the robes for Lord Erelakis as well. So I am absolutely certain that I have something in stores that it can be made for you. What are your signature colors?
Teal and I guess, and I do my hair and I say white.
Teal and white. Excellent. Very complimentary. Very well. I shall do them up in teal and white. All right, Lord Athgar, with your permission, I will get to work. I will have them delivered where? Here? Yes, here will be fine. Very well, I will have them delivered here shortly after first light. Plenty of time before, and I will come back and we'll do the final fittings on.
Wow.
Very good. Thank you. Oh, it is
Thank
my
you.
pleasure. Good evening, all.
Thank you.
And I'm writing down his name so I don't forget.
Zilnar the Tailor.
Zilnar the Tailor.
My shy friend. I could not help but notice that the bartender here was chewing loud.
I lean over to Gwen Lauren. Zori and Aloric are very, very good friends. And that is the extent of what we discuss.
How good friends.
Not that good.
Just and it makes Zori very uncomfortable to talk about it other than that.
But what?
And I lean in. How close is Aloric? Like right
Well,
with us?
he has gotten up at this point and he's like clearing dishes and getting ready to put the stew away, and so he's not in direct earshot.
What did you say?
I'm cruel, but I'm not that cruel.
No, Leslie. What'd you say?
I was being discreet.
Oh, okay. I lean in and I say, he's wonderful, but I've not, I've yet to, I'm a virgin,
Oh my.
and just not the right time or anything. I had no time for anything except my studies in school, and Aloric is the first who has made it clear that he likes me, and so I don't know how to deal with that yet, but at some time I will.
I can help you, my friend.
This is not the time yet, but thank you.
Okay, when you decide, I will tell him. I will help.
That will be helpful. Thank you.
But not until Zori says she's ready.
I see no reason to wait, but that is your choice.
Thank you for looking out for me. Both of you.
I'm your friend.
I squeeze Zori's knee under the table.
It's almost like having Drax in the group, you know?
Well, it's kind of like, my name is Doug.
Yes, a little bit.
It's very direct and subtlety. Subtlety is for her other skill set.
Yes.
Well, yeah, your sneaky skill set.
I
That's
blend very well.
yes. There was something I was going to say about what we've done. Oh, I was gonna get back to Zach. So, in Erma, we actually helped, before Tasha was with us, we actually helped an innkeeper eradicate some nasties in her basement, and there were these mushrooms, insert name here, that are considered a delicacy. And we were given some of them for helping her. And when we found out that Zek the kobold, who should remain alive with us for now, and I look at you like
Kill him.
for a while. I mean, for a long time. I gave him. He made the healing potions. They're smaller healing potions, but he was giving them at a discounted price for the people who couldn't afford to pay real prices for healing potions. I gave him the new mushrooms and wanted to see if he could make something with them. And apparently he did. So that's what the little acorn was.
Ranoka.
What is it?
Ranoka.
Ranoka.
I know. They're pink.
Yes. Oh, I have so much to tell you.
We have a long journey.
We do.
I'm anxious to learn all of these things.
Excellent. So, you're stealthy then. I guess she'd be super stealthy. Oh, yeah. Okay, just checking. Huh?
Celsius, good.
Yeah,
I blend.
you do.
Not my strong suit, but I'm better than I used to be.
You are. Tasha, for whatever reason, is almost invisible in stealth. Just in general. But
Tasha has lots of skills.
she does. But perhaps she will play us some music tonight before bed. I mean, like, I'm assuming it's getting on towards, because the tailor came and stuff, and
Yeah. At one point, as you're
Jerry
sitting
Ann
there,
should be coming.
you hear from down the street a ways, "Wigglyum!"
I told you you should be gone.
And you see Wiggy go, "Oh, shit. Well, it was really nice meeting you. It was great seeing everybody again. I gotta go." And he heads toward the back.
Not the front.
Nope.
Definitely the back.
Oh, that. I have no hold. I have nothing.
Do we... Wiggy.
And shortly after he disappears, like 30 seconds, you see Jerry Ann come in and go, "Little bastard went out the back, didn't he?"
Yes, but have some stew.
"Nope!" And she just marches right through the place, out the back.
Is that?
That is Wiggy's girlfriend.
She's been living in the basement during the siege with the kobold.
Forgot to tell her that the siege was over, and she has been wasting time in the basement
With the kobold.
that she does not like.
She actually is kind of now our house. She's like watches after our house when we're gone, because we're gone quite a bit.
Caretaker.
I don't think she is going to continue to be his lover.
Maybe not.
I think it's their thing, though. I think
He
this
has
is their
not
dynamic.
do, and then some gravel.
Which actually, I've heard might be their thing.
Foreplay.
Yes, that thing.
I suppose if that works for them.
Right? Indeed.
I mean, I don't know much, but I assume that if it didn't work for them, they wouldn't be together. They're kind of a cute, odd couple, and so something has to work.
They are odd.
And they definitely are a couple. All right. Athgar stands up. I think I'm going to bid you all a good evening, and I'm going to go find my bed.
I think that's really fair. I'm going to do the same.
Give Askar a hug. You did very well today with your father.
I'm just glad it worked out. Yes.
See you tomorrow.
Walk me out.
So before we head out on a new mission, I wanted to thank you for saving my life. I know it came at great risk, and you shouldn't have done it, but I'm grateful.
You are... I know Father has drilled into my head that clan is family. But you are family to me in a way that surpasses clan. And I will always be available to help you.
And I owe you my life. So you have only to ask.
And keep watch over my friends on their travels. They do important things. And we consider that debt paid. I would go with them. I would choose to go with them, but that is not possible. And so, I send the one I trust most to watch over them.
Your service to your father. I know that this comes at great personal cost to you, but it is your time, and I am so proud that you have stepped into this role and taken on the responsibilities. Soon you will be a great leader of our clan.
I hope you're right. We'll both find out. Well, good night, Quinn.
Good night.
And he turns and heads back towards the keep.
I'll go back inside.
Meanwhile, while she goes out with them, I will go to Aloric and say, can we get her a bath?
I'm certain that can be arranged. It might take a little longer than normal. I'm not as good at setting it up as the woman who usually does it, but yes, absolutely.
And then when she comes in, I tell Gwenlauren, Aloric is getting a bath set up for you.
Oh, I would love to wash the sand out of my hair.
It does take a little longer, and he comes down looking a little mussed, but he informs you that the bath is ready and gives you directions to the bathing chamber.
You have my gratitude.
What does... Oh, sorry.
I go to her room and I pass out.
All right.
What does Gwenlauren look like?
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
She vanished.
She put a picture of herself up.
Oh, I don't see it.
Oh.
Really?
Oh, it's because you have your camera set so that...
Right. So
I gotta turn off the non-video.
Yeah, let me do that
You
too.
can do it again. Yeah.
Hold on a moment, please. Let me get mine. There we go. All right, try it again.
There we go. Super fancy warrior Barbie, but she's so pretty.
Warrior Barbie.
What's her?
I mean, she'll kick your ass, but
Um,
plus 4.
Oh yeah, she is warrior. That's almost a fan character. Wow.
Yep.
It's a very charismatic group.
We
Yeah.
are.
So the bath is wonderful. It's
Yes.
exactly... It feels perfect. The temperature is just right. Cools off too soon, of course, but you are able to
Nice.
get clean and relaxed.
I'm looking forward to crawling into an actual bed.
I'll bring in some clothes for her.
Okay.
Thank you.
Something that looks like it would fit her, but I've got a bunch of clothes. So I bring them into the bath and set them over on by the towels. So here's some clean clothing until we can find your things tomorrow.
I'm grateful. I didn't expect to come back and find all my things missing.
One never does.
Rathgar will locate them.
I'm sure he will.
Have a good night.
You too. Sleep well.
I will go to my room.
And is there anything else you would like to do before the evening's rest?
I'm exhausted. I'm pretty.
We're all pretty exhausted.
All right. The night passes uneventfully. You sleep very well, very comfortably. And you awaken to the smell of coffee and bacon
Oh, Cook.
and cinnamon.
Cook is back.
Get starving. Again.
I head downstairs once I wake up, or like after my 4 hours are over, I will just journal, whatever, and then head downstairs.
Okay.
I knock on Arabelle's door because I know she's up.
Come in.
I think Cook's back.
It smells like it.
Okay, I'm going down. Are you going down? Okay.
Get up off the ground and follow her.
All right.
I let Tasha sleep till she wants to get up.
I dress quickly and head down.
So, Arabelle and Zorith, you head down. Gwenlauren comes down about 5 minutes after you. When you get to the top of the stairs and look down, you see that the Wrath is empty. Like those 4 patients are gone.
Nice.
The tables are returned to their normal appearance. All the lights are on, and you definitely, those smells are much stronger. And as you sort of take in the whole room, you look down. The table you usually sit at is at the back of the room, closest to the stairs. So when you finally look down, you see already on the table a platter of muffins and baked goods, turnovers, and there is a kind of an overturned ramekin in the center, and there appears to be a small scroll laying on the ramekin.
We're good friends with the bakers. They bring us. Yeah.
Open the scroll.
It says, "Dear friends, we wish we could see you, but with the siege lifted, there seems to be an overwhelming demand for that which we make. So we are back at the bakery. However, we are so glad to hear that you were able to come and help us. So we are glad to be able to help you at least start this morning off right. Your faithful friends, Hugh and Sar."
Aw.
You're the best.
These are good friends to have.
They are.
Chocolate bread?
Yeah.
You
Help yourself.
hear a voice from above say, "Secrets,
Coffee.
coffee."
Aloric walks out of the kitchen.
It's bacon
I
and egg.
believe Tasha is awake.
And so we sit down and start to munching.
He comes over with a tray, and he sits down 3 decanters and says, "Now that the siege is lifted, the restrictions on the stores are lifted as well. So, I give to you coffee, tea, and the juice of the desert pear."
Oh yeah, desert pear juice. Nom.
Thank you, Lord.
Eggs, bacon, potatoes, and fresh bread are coming soon. Cook has been here for, he looks outside, about 4 hours.
Oh my goodness.
Do
And
you
after,
all eat like this?
oh, they
Not-
do when they're here.
Not
Eating is really important.
Ah. I mean, I don't
Oh, we should
ever eat
yours before we leave
This-
too.
This might be a little overboard than normal.
Well,
Yes, well,
usually we take what's left to go because we never know when we're gonna get pastries again. And
I can see why.
yes. And, just so you know, Cook is in rare form. The first hour was my scolding at the state of the kitchen.
I can only imagine.
Seems correct.
Did you show her your arms?
She has seen my arms. They are not at all remarkable to her.
Looks got pretty good arms herself.
yeah, Cook is formidable.
But
We
enjoy.
eat.
I will bring the hot food as soon as it's ready.
if it won't upset her, please send her our regards.
At the appropriate time.
Yes. Not while she's busy.
When she slows down to the speed of a mongoose,
So
I
right
will-
before she goes home.
make certain to pass that along.
Thank you.
Faster than mongoose?
Yeah, so we don't always eat like this, but we usually eat like this.
We often eat like this. When we're on the road, we don't eat quite this good. But Arabelle's a really good cook.
Yeah, she's got spices and amazing food. Actually, we have made many friends through our food.
I can see why. Clearly met the right group.
So we're gonna stop by the house, right, before the.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
I can stock some
we could do
supplies
that.
from stores there then.
That's true.
We have a lot of dried goods there. So
I wonder if Wiggy survived.
I'm sure he did.
I'm sure they made up.
I bet he grappled a lot.
She'll be getting some presents. It's okay.
Aloric comes out with another tray. There's a plate heaped with bacon,
Oh yeah.
a bowl full of eggs, a bowl full of potatoes fried with onions and garlic.
That sounds so good.
I know, right?
I take large servings of all those things.
Oh, it might be breakfast tomorrow.
Yeah, that whole fried potato thing sounds really good to me right now, too.
I do.
Pastries.
So there's person that.
Actually, all of that sounds amazing. Bacon. Bacon.
You have bacon too.
All
Ugh.
right.
We just wait for the tailor to come.
Yep.
Yep.
He walks in with Athgar,
Oh,
probably about an hour after you first came down. And Athgar says, "Good morning."
There's chocolate bread.
Yes. Let me guess, it's from your friends at the bakery.
Mm-hmm. Would you like some?
Yes. I would definitely like some.
Okay,
So-
please.
I'll eat. Zilnar will tend to your fittings.
While he's like fitting us and stuff, I'll tell her, so the bakers bring stuff to Aloric like once, what is it, like every other day or something like that?
They usually bring them on the weekends, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
They bring, what do they bring? Pastries, right?
Pastries.
Yeah, but
Donuts, bagels, turnovers, muffins,
yeah.
lots of muffins, different kinds of muffins.
yeah. And so sometimes we get these extra things as I'm standing.
Right.
It's amazing.
Well, Zilnar actually starts with Gwenlauren.
Oh, okay.
And proceeds to, he's got several long, sort of square bags, and he looks at Athgar. "Is it all right if I make use of a couple of these tables?" "Oh, certainly. I don't think there will be a problem." "Excellent." So he lays them out and starts unbuttoning and pulls out this absolutely beautiful russet and gold tunic and trousers with a white silk shirt.
It's beautiful material.
"Oh, good. I'm glad you like it because this is yours. So, if there's a place that you can change, your room's upstairs."
That will do.
So he hands you the clothing and says, "Put these on and come back down and see me, and then we'll see about any minute tailoring that needs to be done to make it drape properly."
Upstairs.
She goes upstairs. He takes another bag, puts it on another table, unbuttons it, and pulls out this beautiful robe. Looks like it's made of maybe part very fine cloth and part satin. It's a light, almost silver gray color, and all of the piping along the robe itself, along the sleeves, the collar, the hem, are all done up in these beautiful, vibrant white and teal ribbons.
I am beaming.
And he brings it over along with a long strip of teal, which he informs you is the belt that you will just wrap and tie around you.
Oh, wow.
And he says, "If you will go and try this on, come back down, and we'll see about making sure that it drapes properly."
I whisper in his ear, "What do I wear under it?"
As much or as little as you feel comfortable with.
Okay. And then I go upstairs.
I pass her going down as she's heading up.
Okay. You come down and he says, that actually looks fairly good already, but I can see a few minor alterations that we'll need to make. So if you would, arms out shoulder height." And he pulls out a couple needles and a spool of thread, and he just puts the needles in his mouth and working on them one at a time, and starts making little tucks here, little nips there. and you sort of feel it where it fit relatively well, but it was loose in a few places. You feel that looseness shift, and now it's conforming sort of to your body. It's not over accentuating anything, but it is fitting you quite nicely.
This fits so well. I think I would have good movement in this. I could probably kick someone's ass in case I need to during the ceremony.
Well, let's hope it doesn't come to that. It is well constructed. I cannot vouchsafe its ability to remain cohesed in the midst of combat. It was not designed for that. More designed for simple presentation.
That's okay. A few rips will make some, interesting additions.
As you say. Let's see. Oh no, those won't do. He looks down at what you're wearing on your feet.
No?
No. But, hold please. And he walks over to another bag that's squatter, wider, thicker, opens it up, and pulls out a couple different boots. One is dark brown, one is black. He kind of walks over and holds them up to the pant legs and holds them up to your feet and looks and says, "Yes, I think the black will do nicely." So he goes and back and pulls out another black boot and brings them over and says, "Try these on. They may pinch slightly, but they will loosen as they're worn."
All right.
So I'm assuming about this time that Zorith would be coming back down.
Assumably. Well, yeah. And belt wrapped 10 million times, just and tied in a really funky knot, just tied,
Sure.
cinching it together. I don't know what else to do with it.
Yeah. Well, there's only enough material for you to wrap it around about 4 times
Okay.
and still have enough left to tie.
Okay.
But you walk out and he goes, yes. I forgot to account for how slim the elven people are, but no worries, I can fix that." And he puts down the spool of thread he had, grabs a different spool of thread, and immediately goes to work. And the robe looked pretty good, but it was kind of formless. By the time Zilnar is finished, it looks like this robe was designed specifically for Zorith's body.
Okay.
And then he says, "Oh dear. Allow me to show you a knot that is secure, but slightly more decorative."
Okay.
And he begins to teach you how to tie basically a bow.
Okay.
Right about the time that's finished, Aloric comes out of the kitchen with another tray in his hand and just stops.
Hate you, Jeff. Okay.
I think what Alaric is not trying to say is that you look rather good.
He actually blinks for a moment and then kind of squares his shoulders, just sits the tray down on the nearest table, walks up to Zorith, looks her in the eye and says, "You look amazing."
He blushes, But then she says thank you.
I should go serve the food now. But
Thank
I wanted
you.
to tell you.
Are the sleeves long?
They come down to about here.
So
They are long enough that you could hide something up the sleeves, but
I
not
can't
long
hide
enough. But not long enough that they will at all interfere with the hand motions you need to make to spellcast.
Also, they do not hide my tattoos.
No.
I have an entire sleeve of tattoos on my arm that I mostly keep covered, but you're not going to be able to cover that on these. I mean, like, if I keep my arm down, I'm assuming it'll...
You...
Wear a long sleeve shirt under.
I think I have the solution. He goes and rummages through another bag and comes out with a pair of long teal gloves.
Oh, gosh.
And brings them over and says, try these on.
I try them on. Now, question
Yes.
to the DM. I have the Wand of the War Mage that I usually hold while I'm how much of it do I need to be touching in order to get my +2 here?
If you are wielding it, you will still get the bonus. You don't have to make skin contact with it to use it.
Okay, so I actually ask him, I know that it would not be for today, but is there a way that you could make a wand pocket right on top here? So like, the wand is not longer than my forearm, right?
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask him to make like a wand pocket here.
Oh, that could certainly be done. Would you care to commission something like that?
Sure.
Excellent. Well, and he looks at Athgar, and Athgar says, they're going to be departing after today's event, so it'll have to be something they pick up the next time they arrive in Thunder's Edge.
Yeah, I'm not gonna take this fancy thing with me.
Oh, but of course you are. These are yours.
Well,
certainly, somewhere else on your travels, you'll have to have something that you'll need to be presentable for. So take them with you.
Okay.
Athgar says, yes, absolutely. They're the gifts from my father. He'll find out about it eventually, but I don't think he'll mind.
Thank you for your generosity.
Thank you.
Well, you need to look presentable. After all, Gwenlaren, you're going to be the first to hold your particular title in many decades.
80 years.
Yes, about that.
It's quite an honor.
Lord Athgar, do you need anything else? He leans over and whispers in Zilnar's ear. Oh, yes. My dear in the robe, what are you wearing on your feet?
Winged boots, and I show him.
Oh, no. Not with this. Very, very good eye, Lord Athgar. Just a moment. Walks over to yet another one of the bags that he brought. And starts sorting through shoes. And he eventually finds a pair of white leather boots, low boots that buckle. And he says, I can only hope that these will fit, but if they do, they will look remarkable with that robe. And they'll actually raise you up another inch or so.
Oh God, are these gonna be hard to walk in?
No.
Okay.
No, they're like
oh God!
They're like 1 inch heels. So
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I can do that. Make them chonky. They can be chonky heels.
No, they're not
Okay.
kitten heels.
What?
They're not kitten heels.
Oh, good. Thank God.
he has you try them on. They are a little loose, but he makes some adjustments to the buckles, and they feel pretty good. And he
Excellent.
says, there. Now I believe you're ready. I think you will all look splendid. Well, thank you, Zilnar.
you.
Impeccable as always.
What time is the ceremony?
The ceremony is at high sun, so we have another couple hours.
I'm gonna go upstairs and get ready.
Oh, he says this while Tosh is upstairs. I have taken the liberty of. I remember that you were fond of having a wagon.
Athgar
Yes,
said this, is saying this, or
Yes.
is the
Athgar
okay.
is.
Okay.
I remember you having a fondness for having a wagon, and as you are going to be carrying a number of things with you, I would assume, I took the liberty of getting you a team of 4 horses and a covered wagon. I've also had it loaded with basic supplies. Gwynlaurin, you will be pleased to know that there is a chest loaded in the wagon that has all of your clothing and personal effects in it.
I
They
wonder.
were
Thank
placed into storage, so all I did was have some men pick up the chest and put it in the wagon.
Thank you.
But I will have it brought here after the ceremony, and if there's anything else that you need, you please let me know. We'll do our best.
Should we have him send it to our house?
Yeah, we're gonna go to the house after the ceremony to pick up a few things, so
Oh,
if it's not too much bother.
no, I can have it delivered anywhere.
Thank you.
Very well. All right, I have to go and meet the dignitaries that are coming for the ceremony. Tedious, but I promised.
You did.
Quick thing. We only need 3 horses.
Does your horse do?
Oh,
Great.
I assumed that you would be riding alongside on your mount.
Oh, I usually drive the wagon, but
Well, I can drive the wagon.
okay. Then yeah, the 4's fine.
Very
Thank
well. I will see you in a couple hours.
Will you be busy after the ceremony?
I honestly don't know. I suppose we'll both find out. Given the number of dignitaries that are coming for this ceremony, even on such short notice, I would imagine I will probably be pressed into hosting duties.
So we'll see you when we return.
Yes. If I can get away before you depart, I absolutely will. But if not, well, you know.
You do too.
All right.
I
He
give him a
turns-
hug before he leaves.
Hugs all around.
Sisters.
Since it's happening, I go up and go awkwardly.
Oh,
And
great!
he-
Now I'm
he
not the only
looks-
awkward one.
He
Woohoo!
looks startled and then very pleased.
Yay!
I will miss
We'll all miss.
And I will miss all of you. But I know you three are in good hands, and she will watch over you. Would that I could be there as well, but I trust that she will see you safely to your destination and beyond.
They will have my best.
I'm counting on it. All right. Stout heart, friends. This will be tedious, but necessary.
Yeah.
He kind of grins as he says that and waves his hand and heads out. Well, the 2 hours go by very quickly. And about a half an hour beforehand, 2 members of the Rykeliad arrive and inform you that they are there to escort you to the ceremony.
I like walk very, not stiffly, but like trying not to like wrinkle it or muss it, and like kind of kick my feet out so I don't step on it, because definitely these are new.
Make a dexterity check. Just a straight dex check.
Ooh, that is not very good. 13.
13 is good enough.
Oh, thank God.
It's new, but you acclimate fairly quickly.
Okay,
by the
good.
time you're halfway there, you're good.
Okay, good.
I'm kind of stretching in mine, checking the movement, and I lean over to her and say, "These new clothes are so comfortable, even without underwear."
Oh my god!
I know, right?
These are great.
Oh my god.
I just look down at them because they're like super cool. And then we head on to the, oh, I've got to try to figure out how to get myself in the cart now.
Oh, we're walking for now.
Yeah, we're walking.
We'll put on
Right.
our traveling clothes before we get in the cart.
No, they have a cart to take us in the thing, right?
No.
Or,
No.
it's just an escort. Okay, good.
Yeah, it's just an escort. You're walking.
I was like, oh, crap.
No. So
Arabelle's got the back, sorry.
you arrive at the keep. The guards lead you up to the second floor, where you join a queue of people. And you see that they're going up sort of like a group at a time. And then the next group goes up and the line moves. And as you get closer, you hear that everybody that's going in is being announced.
This seems perfectly normal to Arabelle.
Yeah.
What are we so worried about?
And actually probably fairly normal to Gwenlauren, because she's probably had to do this before.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And you are the last ones. You go up, and the guards escort you to the entrance, and you see that it's the same room that you were in yesterday, except now it's full of about 200 people.
Ooh.
They're all standing on either side, lined all the way up from the doors, all the way up to the dais. And you see, dressed in fine robes, with his hair and beard actually combed, Arelakis. And he is holding a very ornate-looking staff that he pounds on the floor twice and says, "Lords, ladies, clan brothers and sisters, my Lord Tremane, may I present clan sister Lady Erebel, clan sister Lady Tasha, clan sister Lady Zorith." And he gestures for you three to go in.
I look over my shoulder at Gwenlauren and like a smile. And we walk in.
Okay. You see the guards kind of immediately step forward out of the crowd, and they're holding long spears. And they all in unison on the ground and hold them and form sort of a column for you to walk through up toward the dais. And nothing else happens until you approach the end of it, and then you hear from behind you Arelakis' staff. Boom, boom, boom. Lords and ladies, clan brothers and sisters, my Lord Tremane, may I present Gwenlauren of the Rykeliad. And you hear the whole room go, whoa. Immediately. The whole room is just alive with basically, what the fuck? And he gestures to you, Gwenlauren, to go in. You make it up to the front, and when you walk up to where the other three are, you hear the soldiers in the column behind you each pound their spears. Boom, boom, boom. And step back. Lord Tremane has been seated on the throne with Athgar standing on his right side. You see Arelakis walk up and take his place on the left side of the throne. Lord Tremane stands up and all of the, stops. And he says, "Assembled nobles, clan brothers, clan sisters, this is an auspicious day. As you may have noticed, the attack on our walls has ceased. It is my pleasure to now inform you of the events that led to the cessation of hostilities, at least for the moment. My son, Athgar, and our newest clan sisters departed 2 days ago on a secret mission to track down the information needed to revive our beloved Master Sorcerer. In the process, they stumbled across our missing Thosgan on her mission, and together they managed to find the means to save Erelakis and bring a halt to the Jogrivan attacks upon the city. Because we had lost contact, we followed clan tradition and appointed a new Thosgan. But for her bravery and her valor, we have chosen to observe a rite that has not been performed in what Master Erelakis informs me is 87 years. And he reaches back and grabs a scroll, stands up, opens it. For her bravery and resourcefulness in returning to us our Master Sorcerer and aiding in the stopping of the attacks upon our walls by the Jogoravanan forces. It is my honor to name Gwenlaren as the new Kraith Magdal. There's a little bit of a oh.
Ooh.
For those of you who are not familiar, this is a post of the highest honor. The name itself means honor warden. She will be the representative of the honor of the clans of Thunder's Edge and travel beyond our walls to bring the benefits of our honor to the rest of our country. She is hereby also assigned to represent the interests of Thunder's Edge as our adventuring clan sisters head out on their mission. A mission that holds in its balance the survival of the entire nation. The Kraith Magdal will aid our adventuring clan sisters in their quest to fight back against the draconic and orcish forces that are currently harassing our eastern borders. At this, there's another kind of hubbub because it's the first time anybody's publicly said orcs in a long time. Gwenlaren, if you would, please step forward. And Erelakis picks up something, a flat, wide box, and holds it open. Tremane picks up what appears to be a mantle, a blue and teal mantle. Walks down off the dais and places it over Gwenlaren's head and shoulders. Ladies and gentlemen, clan brothers and sisters, for the first time in nearly 9 decades, Thunder's Edge christens a new Kraith Magdal. And the whole place bursts into applause.
Yay. I cry.
He just kind of nods at Gwenlaren and then walks back up, holds his hands up for silence. It is now with our best wishes for success and honor that the Craig Magdal departs to accompany the heroes of Thunder's Edge on their quest to save all of Aecathan. May the gods and the totems of the assembled clans watch over all of you on your travels.
Thank you.
And at this point, you hear Zorith. You hear in your head, yeah, nobody told you about this part. This is the part where you bow, turn around, and walk back out of the room. Sorry.
I nod, and then I bow, and I like motion, just a tiny little swan motion with my hands. So like everybody else, I bow. Does everybody see my swan motion hands?
We do.
And then I unbow, I stand up, and I turn to walk away out the door.
And the applause begins again and keeps going after you walk out of the room.
Follow suit. Bow to Lord Tremane and nod to Athgar and Aerolacus, and then turn.
And you see Aerolacus turns to Tremane, bows his head, and then kind of clumps down off the dais and starts walking out behind you.
Are we outside of the wall of the room?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's beautiful. I'm so excited for you. Thank you.
Aerolacus comes up, and you see that Athgar is starting to turn to the assembled crowds, and people are starting to break ranks and mill a little bit.
Oh, the married line. When you get married and you have to shake hands and hug and
the
do all
receiving
the
line, yes.
Yeah, you call what you will.
Aerolacus kind of gestures for the four of you to come over.
Okay, here's something I probably shouldn't say. It's going to be terrible manners, but you're adventurers. It'll be excused. Run. Unless you want to spend the next 4 hours meeting everybody in that room, go.
Oh,
We should go.
Are you feeling okay, Aerolacus?
Yeah, feel back to, like, normal.
Give him a hug and then leave.
Hug, leave.
hug, wave.
Yeah.
Out.
We'll see you soon.
All right. So you head out. As you head down the stairs, you actually hear a couple people saying, "Where did they go?" But I wanted to meet them. Daddy said I could meet them.
Run.
God, it's Greek assault. Misty
I move faster.
Yes. So you managed to make it out of the keep, no problem.
Then we're gonna go straight to our place.
Yeah.
Okay.
And change our clothes and get the hell out of Dodge.
All right. You get to your house. You go in. When you walk in, the entryway in the kitchen is pretty much how you remember it. What you can see through the open door behind the kitchen is also pretty much how you remember it. The rest of the house, however, is done. It is.
Nice.
It looks very nice. There seems to be a fairly consistent theme of browns and tans for the dining room and the living room.
Okay,
And then upstairs, you find again that same basic theme, but you also find a note pinned to the pillow of all of the beds that says, didn't know what colors you wanted, went with the neutral colors from downstairs. We can change it. Hope you like it. W.
Nice.
When Lauren,
Good
the
job, kid.
room that we have for her.
Okay.
Doesn't have anything in it right now, but it will.
Oh, it does actually.
Oh, okay.
Stuff,
Yeah.
Right?
It's fully kitted.
Oh, good.
Lovely.
It's yours.
Thank you.
Well,
Start
This is
packing supplies.
Gwenlauren. This is a new experience too. You're used to barracks.
Yeah, I mean, this is amazing. Half the time I sleep in the ground.
Well, there'll be plenty of that.
yeah. So I changed my clothes. I put my uniform in my bags, and I head back out to the wagon, and I say, "Chop chop! Let's go to figure out where we are. Let's go."
I start packing up the store, what we came to the house to get, and then we'll go.
I open my trunk, and I only have a few personal belongings, but I've never really had my own space. So I take a few things out and just put them in places. And then I change my clothes and head out.
I change my clothes and I run downstairs and I stand outside Gwenlauren's, but I don't like go in. Like if her door's shut, I don't go in. I wait until she comes out, but like I'm standing there. And when she comes out, I'm gonna say, before we go, you have to see my room.
I have a room too.
I know, but come with me.
Okay.
And I take her upstairs, and in my room, I flop on my bed, and I like pat my bed. And if you look above us, there's a skylight.
Oh, that's cool.
And I like pat the bed and like look out, and of course it's daytime, but like blue sky, clouds kind of thing. So
I've never seen one of these.
almost nobody has. It was done special. So some night, if you want to, we can look at the stars and still be comfy.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I like the stars. But okay. Thanks. That's it. That's all I have.
It's like the best of being outside, inside.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Your
And
future
so-
lovers will appreciate this.
I imagine so. I think everybody will love this. And then say, okay, let's go.
You
Got everything stacked by the door to go out to the cart.
You sort of gather in the kitchen. When you hear a and you see that the door to the basement is open about that much, and you see this kind of scaly canine snout peering out. Back.
Getting ready to leave.
Okay.
Thank you for the potion. It was helpful.
Okay.
Do you have any more healing potions?
I check.
Is that your
Good.
football?
Yes.
Damn, I love Zach.
I'm gonna walk outside while he's doing that and do my spell.
Does he know I live here?
He
Yeah.
will. It'll be okay.
I won't kill him.
Good. Please
you.
don't. Does he come back?
So, yeah. He comes back in about a minute. Kicks the door open this much again. Just kind of pushes a couple gourds through. And 3 more acorns.
Ooh.
Okay.
How many copper do we have to get? Do we owe him?
I give him a gold.
Good.
Thank you.
Bye.
Slam.
I put them in my bag.
I love him so much. So when we found out that he was down there, that night. It was like, oh my god, we have a pet kobold! It's like, he's not a pet. Oh, he totally is a pet.
More like a tenant.
More like a tenant. Oh, so
Water.
much fun.
How many of the
2 gourds, 3 acorns.
2 gourds, 3 acorns, yes.
2 gourds, 3 acorns. Okay.
When everybody comes outside, I'll have just finished casting, and my horse will poof into existence.
All right, so describe what your horse looks like to Gwenlauren.
So, he is a very large war horse. He is white, and he is a celestial creature, so he's kind of like the light catches and almost like sparkles in his mane and his tail and everything. He is extraordinarily pretty.
Yeah, you have seen some very fine horses. This is definitely one of them.
That is an impressive mount.
Thank you. Starbolt, this is Gwenlauren. She'll be traveling with us.
And the horse turns to look at you and actually, like, and Arabelle, you hear, oh, she's fierce looking.
He's very fierce.
I offer a hand.
What is she doing?
I think she's letting you sniff her hand.
Oh, goody. Is this something you want me to do?
If you want.
No.
She might think you don't like her if you don't. This is all telepathic. So
Very well.
I'm going to give this out loud.
You think that he's not going to do anything, and then he kind of trots forward a little bit and...
He likes you.
The eyes are the one thing that's definitely different from the horses that you've dealt with before, because in the eyes there is clear and definite intelligence.
Does your creature enjoy treats?
Is she asking Pam or the horse?
Yes.
Do you want to treat Starbolt?
Well, I suppose that would all depend on what it is.
Depends on what it is.
I pull from my bag 1 apple.
Yes, that will do nicely, thank you. Tell her I said thank you.
He says thank you.
And he takes the apple and proceeds to mow it. Mm-hmm.
Through a mouthful of apple. Wow, this is really good. Tell her thanks. I appreciate it.
Well, that's the nice thing about telepathy. Talking with your mouth full makes no difference.
He's magical.
And beautiful.
Oh, she can stay.
He said you could stay. He liked that. So we load up the wagon and I hop on Starbolt.
All right. You head south from your home toward the eastern gate. And just before you reach the gate, you catch movement in the sky. And you look up and you see a white sky flare. And as you follow the trail back, you see Athgar standing on the top of the keep,
Aww.
waving.
Awesome.
Bye, friends.
And you leave the city and head east toward the camp of the Sasaran and who knows what else. And that's where we'll end tonight.
So yay! The flare is a bright shooting star of colored energy. Rockets into the sky between 50 and 100 feet. and explodes into a cloud of the same colored vapor, and the cloud lasts for a minute, and white is all clear. Don't make me cry again. Lord.
It's like such a good leveling point, doesn't it?
Oh my god, it's perfect leveling point.
It is perfect for leveling point.
Did
Yeah.
I mention that I'm wearing my leveling jeans?
I too am wearing leveling pants.
It's a shame that you just added a brand new party member.
Why?
Oh wow. I see how you are.
You would enjoy leveling up too.
I'm certain, but we're not there yet.
Aww.
It seems like we did a whole lot.
I know.
God, feels like we did a lot. Whew.
Dealing with Lord Tremane.
We should get the
anti-leveling
level just for
underwear.
not dying.
Huh?
Wait, what?
We should get to level just because Tremane didn't kill us.
Right?
It's a lot of diplomacy.
Yeah.
A lot of role playing.
It was. It was. And there's more of that to come.
Woohoo!
So, all right. Thank you, everyone. Excellent job tonight.
It was a lot of fun.
And we will be back next Tuesday night for another adventure here in the lands of Aecathan. We'll see how this search for the Sasaran goes from here on in. We also have one more show this week. Tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern U.S. time, Vigilantes Unleashed. We will be returning to the streets of Paragon with two characters who no longer necessarily care if it's legal. And we will continue to try to track down this whole clone business.
Oh. Yeah, no spiders. It was all spiders.
I was bad.
So,
Better than snakes.
yeah, lots of arachnos.
I'm the
So-
opposite. I'm fine with snake dudes. Just the spider things is like, ugh, gross.
Yep. So that'll be tomorrow night. Until next time, remember, stay safe, stay sane. If you haven't been vaccinated yet, please continue to wear your mask and get vaccinated.
Don't
As
forget
I-
the little people can't get vaccinated yet, and you
Well,
want to
yeah.
keep them safe.
As I said last week, the 5G is awesome. So, dive for it. It's great. But,
It's a perk.
so we will see you again next Tuesday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern U.S. time, when we will welcome you back once again to the lands of Aecathan. Good night,
Bye,
everybody.
everybody.